Greetings from Hollywood Forever Cemetery in Hollywood, California. In fact, if you walk over to the main gate here, you can see the Hollywood sign in the distance. A lot of very important people in my life are buried here. People who kind of shaped, molded, and influenced me in one way or another, because there wouldn't be another reason why I would probably come down to this cemetery as much as I do. But I've been to this cemetery, Abby and I have been to this cemetery so much, and in fact we got some merchandise. They sell t-shirts and keychains here. Can't make that stuff up. Love Hollywood. We're gonna walk around Hollywood forever today, and I'm gonna show you my favorite things, my favorite places, and celebrities and people you might not have known were buried here. Peacocks are having a field day over there. By the way, there's peacocks here. Now, let's take a closer look. Right as you drive in, there's the Hollywood sign. I kind of feel like Norma Desmond would have been buried here. C.B. DeMille is buried here, among others. But I think what we're gonna do today, the plan of action, is to take a right, and we're gonna head this way and kind of do a big loop and go in between everything. And Abby's got her matcha.
I'm ready to go. On
this beautiful,
it's so nice,
Southern California day.
Yeah, super peaceful.
I love this. We are on Azen Drive here at Hollywood Forever. Anybody can come here. Be respectful. In fact, there is a funeral happening today. Meet you guys in 2 seconds on the other side of the cemetery, not the other side. Yeah, these are the peacocks here. There's several all around the property. The other day we were here and they were in a big group. There was maybe 15, 20 of them. No kidding. Now the very, very first person I'm going to show is Judy Garland. You know her as Dorothy. She's laid to rest right over here. Her friend Mickey Rooney is also laid to rest in the same cemetery. The easiest way to find this is to look for the Judy Garland pavilion, or just ask. But she's right in here. Here she is. Judy. June 10th, 1922 to June 22nd, 1969. Right after her birthday. There's a picture of Judy. And there are others in here, but a lot of these are dedicated to Judy. I believe this man worked for Disney. He's a big fan of Judy. I believe this man was a big fan of Judy's. Imagineering, wow. But there are other folks here, and they have a book. People leave different things, drawings, letters. Goodbye, Judy. All right, let's continue on and show you a few other celebrities. And not too far from Judy is Terry, the dog. You may know her as Toto from Wizard of Oz. They originally buried Terry on the ranch in Studio City, and then in 1958, construction of the Ventura Freeway destroyed her final resting. So they made this for her. And I think it's sweet because Toto's kind of looking over where Judy is, down the way. But I always forget that Toto's real name is Terry. What does the back say? We give you this new home 53 years later, as there's no place like home. Rest in peace, dear friend. The Toto Memorial Committee. 2011. This is fairly new. Another one of Judy's dear friends. Ooh, that one kind of got me a little choked up there. Mickey Rooney right here. One of Judy's dear friends. They toured the country together and did a lot of stuff. One of the greatest entertainers the world has ever known. Hollywood will always be his home. It's very true. Love Mickey Rooney. The Phantom of the Megaplex. Mickey's always got his eye on the Hollywood sign, which is right there. This was a sad ending to Anne. She's right next to Mickey Rooney as well. Here inside the Hollywood Memorial Park Mausoleum, I'm gonna say hello to Peter Lorre and Rudolph Valentino. And they're both inside this incredible mausoleum here. It's very, very, very nice. Rudolph Valentino is down here. And they have photos. I like when they have this. There he is. Right next to Miss June Mathis Balboni. And this is a little tribute area they have for Peter Lorre. I always loved him and the films with Vincent Price. There it is. People have left the markings. There's a photo. Right down from Peter Lorre is Mr. Edmund Gwen, or as I know him as Santa Claus from Miracle on 34th Street. There's a little signature right here. And right next to Santa is Helen Chandler. You might recognize her from Dracula. It's her and Bela right there. Now straight ahead is probably the most famous area of Hollywood Forever. You get the Hollywood sign, you get the mausoleum in the middle, and all surrounding this, so many celebrities, rock stars, actors, comedians, even the Bandit. We're gonna go over and visit everybody. Now I have seen Anton's mother out here before. She takes care of everything. It's really nice. He was very, very young. He was very, very young. A year younger than me. The final resting spot for Chris Cornell. A lot of guitar picks. voice of our generation and an artist for all time. Definitely had a unique voice, that's for sure. And this is a great one. Hattie McDaniel, Gone with the Wind. This is possibly like one of my favorite areas in all of Hollywood. Just because you can come out, it's quiet, it's peaceful, people are walking, people are paying respects. The Hollywood sign is right there. The Paramount movie tower is right over here. I'm surrounded by people that I grew up, you know, watching and thinking I was friends with them. And now I can actually come up here and meet them. And some of them I've actually met in real life, and now they're laid to rest. We're going to continue. We've got a whole lot to do today here at Hollywood Forever. We're just getting started. There's a Ramone straight ahead. Johnny Ramone. He was born John Cummings, October 8th, 1948, September 15th, 2004. If it wasn't for the Ramones, probably would have never picked up a guitar, along other bands that influenced me to pick up that 6-string instrument. This is really neat. On all the posts, and the Ramones emblem, and friends. The Johnny's here, John Frusciante, Vincent Gallo on the back. Linda Ramone and Lisa Marie Presley. Eddie Vedder and Rob Zombie. Gabba Gabba Hey. You'll find some interesting mausoleums here at Hollywood Forever. Look at this teepee looking one. There's a ton of them over here. Not teepees, but mausoleums. And I always want to look this fella up. Romanian film director. It's a very interesting tomb with the camera there. We're gonna go up here and find some more friends. We're gonna take a right, and straight ahead is Paramount. Straight ahead is Paramount, and over here I'll show you the water tower from Paramount. It's crazy, these headstones and burial plots back all the way up to the studio. It's very, very interesting to me. Yeah, it doesn't get more Hollywood than that. Let's go find a Golden Girl and some our gang friends from the Little Rascals. Picture it, Sicily, 1922, and thank you for being a friend. Estelle Getty. A couple of days for her birthday. We don't have any of the Golden Girls left now. There's another picture at Sicily, 1922, and on the back it says Getty. It's right across from our next stop. Another funny one, Man of 1,000 Voices. Now this is one of my favorite places to walk on property here. You walk right towards the Hollywood sign. If you're looking for a good place to get a photo, anything here on this road in Hollywood Forever is great. You can get some palm trees. We are heading to say hello to the voice of everyone's childhood, all the way back to the early days of Warner Brothers with the Looney Tunes. That's all, folks. Mel Blanc, Man of 1,000 Voices. He did everybody's voice. There's so many episodes of Looney Tunes that Mel Blanc is legit the only voiceover actor in the episode, so he's having a conversation with himself, whether he's Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny they could be talking to each other, and he's sitting there doing both the voices right back at himself. I love it. I also loved when he would do the random yells like, "Turn off that light!" Incredible. Incredible. He always makes me laugh. Heading towards the Hollywood sign now. And once we get up here, we're going to take a right. We're going to go visit possibly one of the most famous early childhood actors who just kind of let Hollywood and stardom at a young age kind of influence their young adult life, and their life ended early due to just, I don't know, they kind of lost their way. And Carl Switzer, you know him better as Alfalfa Switzer in The Little Rascals. He's buried right over here. When I was a kid, I discovered a VHS that said Hal Roach's Little Rascals, the Our Gang collection. And it was like a 4 VHS set, and it was all classic episodes of the Little Rascals. And I wore that tape out. And right here is one of my favorite Little Rascals. Alfalfa. Sad ending for Carl. It was over reward money for a lost dog. He was shot. I hate it. Because Spanky lived a long life, and I think Carl would have done so as well. Darla's out here as well. We're gonna go see Darla. And to get to Darla, you go straight to this mausoleum. She's not far from Alfalfa. They had a funeral happening earlier, and we stayed away from this side. It's officially over, and that's why we waited so we could get over here. And there she is, Darla Jean Hood. I believe that says 1930 to 1979, maybe. It's way hard to see, man. The light in here is tough, and she's on the 7th row in the Sanctuary of Light, which is to the left of the mausoleum. So this gentleman here, Carl Dane, was an actor, signed a contract with MGM, and he made a lot of hits with the vaudeville act. They did silent films back in those days. And then when the talkies came about, his accent was Danish, and he just couldn't get past that. Kind of like Bela Lugosi, but Bela kind of had it in his favor with his Hungarian accent being the trademark of Dracula, but it also kind of, would later haunt him because they always wanted to cast him as Dracula. So depression set in with Carl, and MGM actually terminated his contract. Sadly, Carl took his own life. That's the haunting and real, issues of Hollywood back in the day. It's important for things to be accepted, This one's one of my favorites. I love Mila. She's known as Vampira in the Hollywood world for Plan 9 from Outer Space. Also had her own show that, unfortunately, those shows weren't syndicated back then, so after it ran its course, it was done. But there's a few scenes and openings and closing segments and a few other things of Vampira She deserves more, that's for sure. And right behind dear sweet Mila is Darren McGavin. I know him as the old man. It's a clinker. That blasted stupid furnace, dadgummit. Also was Billy Madison's dad. It's Mr. Madison right over here. This place was also used in several movies. Most recent that I know of was Maxine. I did the filming locations back in October when we were here. I love this place. This is my favorite area of the whole park. Right up here is Jane Mansfield. She's right here. There she is. And right past Jane, I love Jane. I think Jane was kind of dealt some terrible cards in the game of Hollywood. She should have been more famous than most, in my opinion. I'm not saying who the most are or is, but I feel like she should have been more well known with her legacy. Right here is the Bandit. Well, I got over to Bert and my camera ran out of memory from this trip. I have so many videos. I'm gonna have to upload them. Right over here, see a Bandit. Right over here is one of my best friends growing up. In my mind, I was a rebel. I was definitely a Pee-wee kid. Loved Pee-wee's Playhouse, loved Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Still massive fan of Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Massive fan of Paul Rubens. Paul Rubens was a genius. Paul Rubens, he was the best magician in the world. Everything was magic. Everyone thought that Pee-wee was actually him. He fooled everyone in the best way. Everyone thought that Pee-wee Herman was really Paul Rubens. The man's a genius. I got to meet Paul a few years back, and it was one of the best days ever. One of the best experiences. He signed a picture for me. We took a photo together. We talked about a lot of stuff. I loved him in Cheech and Chong, Blues Brothers, his stand-up, his Pee-wee Herman show. His early stuff with Phil Hartman is so good. I loved him in Matilda, Mystery Men. Dunstan checks in. I'm looking for a Pongo Pygmaeus. So good. I miss you, Paul. All right. Time to move on. Goodbye from Hollywood Forever. This will not be my final visit to Hollywood Forever, but it is my time to say goodbye while Abby's sitting over here. This is what I love about Hollywood Forever. Right here. I love this cemetery so much. Hollywood Forever is like I don't know, it's like a second home park to us. So peaceful, walk around, and you get to see celebrities that you never thought you'd ever get to see. And it's kind of, in a way, it's weird. It's like I got to meet, my favorite celebrity. I never got to meet Alfalfa, but I got to go see him over there in his final resting place. That's that's super fun. A couple other people were here doing the same thing, and I kind of got to help them out and point them in the right direction, and that was cool, because I'm like, wow, I'm not even local and I know this place. But I'll see you guys on the next episode where Quentin Tarantino and I go over and actually have a beer with the Bandit. Until then, stay weird. Goodbye.